Welcome all the beautiful Light Tribe. So wonderful to connect with you, and particularly just such an incredible moment of this eclipse energy as we're coming together.
I'm back.
So this really is just an incredible moment in time, isn't it? As we experience this blood moon lunar eclipse. And this is the longest eclipse that we've had in the last century, Todd. I was just briefly talking about this lunar eclipse that we're having, this blood moon lunar eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
And the length of it is the longest in this last century, in the last 100 years. But it's been such an incredible moment in time, hasn't it, to be in this now space and what we're experiencing through the eclipses and through the portals and through the stargates. So essentially all that's been experienced now is it's the activating of the dormant DNA. So it's a facets. It's like we're almost like going on this merry-go-round, and we're choosing where to get off at each moment. So it can be in the rebalancing of the divine masculine and feminine. It could be connecting into the stargates and the portals of light coming through from linking into the Sirian portal, which is coming through the Lion's Gateway, or moving into the Lyrian portal, deepening into the love, connecting to the Pleiadian energy. You could be moving that spiral a little bit further, connecting into the crystal energy, the diamond energy. And the work that I'm doing right now is coming through with the angelic energy in the templatings, which I'll also be talking about a little bit just now. And essentially, it doesn't really matter what is capturing our attention, but it is, again, rebalancing and new beginnings and bringing together all those gifts that we have had as the Light Tribe steps collectively into the next level of service. So all these creative gifts are coming online for all of us right now. And then it's bringing, as you were talking about a little bit earlier, just an incredible rebalancing of the divine masculine and divine feminine spirits.
Yeah.
So, so much of these facets are just coming together in union and unity and community. And it's just such an incredible moment in time where everything is talking to us. At the same time, of course, we're going through such intense and very deep clearing. And I know for me, as I was, the last few weeks in particular, we gathered momentum through that first eclipse, partial solar eclipse that we had. I think that was July, about the 12th it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
That we went through that. And from there, then it's just been building a momentum to today's full moon lunar eclipse. And of course, what we experienced too on July the 25th was that day out of time. And that's very much related to the Mayan calendar. So that day out of time then is, that one extra day they see in the year. So they celebrate then July the 26th is celebrated as the Mayan New Year.
Right.
And this is also related to the full moon energy. And it's a time of new beginnings. It's a time of celebration. It's a time of coming together with the focus of unity, the focus of peace, the focus of love, and holding that intent and putting it out there. So it's like we offer this opportunity through the cellular clearing to be able to step deeper into our own magnificence and light. And it's then just moving through and beyond all the subpersonality aspects or hurts or traumas that are still being cleared.
Yeah.
And I went through some of these old false beliefs coming through and actually feeling just a cellular burning as things were just being released from my own body. And of course, we're clearing from on a planetary level. A lot of it's not ours too, but we're holding it. We've been holding it within ourselves. So it doesn't matter on what level that we look at that clearing as it's going on collectively, but we're shifting it within our own selves and rebalancing, transmuting, aligning, activating, igniting a deeper sense of our divinity, and of course, moving more multidimensionally into that 0 point energy of holding that balance in stillness and divine presence. And with it then, so many of our own incredible gifts are coming online. So it's just absolutely amazing to see what it is. And I'd like to, just hear your own experience, but I'd really like to from there move into a little bit about some of the incredible work that I've been working with from the angelic realms, as well as working with the crystal energy and what has transpired through that, through these important dates.
Absolutely. I love the way you described that. And I don't need to talk about my experience. I've already talked about it enough, but it reminds me of, I don't know how it is in South Africa, but over here on the highways, sometimes they have what you call a spaghetti bowl. and it's where a bunch of roads all connect together, and it's like a big swirl, and then you pop out on the other side. So that I think this is the cosmic spaghetti bowl. But no, you had mentioned several things. You had mentioned the angelic templates, the current energies, of course, and then you said the new range and soul sense. So absolutely, this is a platform. You know, we're here to listen to what you have to say, what you can tell us about what's going on, because we're certainly all feeling it. And yeah, it is very extreme. But you know, I know in my own situation, it was a total surrender 3 days ago, but immediately the superabundance in all ways, in all aspects, kicked in within just hours, you know, within hours. So we'd love to hear what you have to say. Yeah, absolutely. You have the floor.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to just take us back very slightly. I know, of course, in terms of timelines, we can go back years and forwards. We can go backwards and forwards and through all these various timelines. So I'm going to just chat from when the last time we connected, which was actually just in June, just following the solstice energy. And at that solstice energy, myself and Sandra Walter actually did this amazing transmission working with, we were calling them the New Earth Diamond Crystal Templates, or the frequencies that were coming online. And at that time, a lot of the crystals were talking to me. So, you know, I'd been taking a lot of the crystals and actually just charging them and working with them and creating from this, you know, particular templates that were being activated, of course, not only for myself, but for the sacred earth, working with, as a gatekeeper at that stage, as a crystal grid keeper too, working a lot with the geometries and planting of the crystals and just taking it into the energy of the earth through the crystalline frequencies and diamond light coming through. And at that time, what was happening was it was actually the diamond light and the crystal frequencies are actually merging and igniting into one another. And with that, actually what it was doing was actually just bringing online the crystalline matrix of the diamond light body. So it was just a really amazing moment in time where the geometries were coming online, you know, so we were activating and igniting into the unity grid and experiencing new geometries. So the way that we work in terms of this ascension process, or in terms of everything in our awakening and moving from, say, one dimensional frequency to the next, or actually just in lifting our frequency, is that the DNA ignites through sound, through color, through, of course, all these senses that are igniting and activating. So the geometric templates have been coming online for quite a while. And the crystals are talking to us then with that, and the plants and the trees and the animals, all of that is communing a lot more with us. And we're settling into feeling a lot more grounded with those energies, and recognizing also, of course, the importance of just getting outdoors as much as we can and being in nature. But everything has been amplifying. So for me, I went through this period, of course, it's ongoing, where, you know, the crystals were talking so much. And the guidance then from the angelic realms was to create these essential oil blends, to create these angelic templates based on the New Earth Diamond crystal frequencies that were igniting at that time. So moving into the July energy, actually, and coming through from that first partial solar eclipse energy is when I actually had put together just this whole range of soul sense. And the soul sense is a range of 12 essential oil blends that create a particular frequency of angelic templates. And there's 12 angelic templates. And from these beautiful essential oil blends, they have created these templates that are also in geometric patternings. And these are the actual templates. There's 12 of them. So it's I am grateful and appreciative.
Wow.
I am powerful and strong. I'm going to just hold them up quickly because I'd love to do a transmission a little bit later. But
Yes.
just to show you, I am insightful, compassionate.
Go ahead. Keep going.
I am healthy. I am healthy and well. I am peaceful and calm. I am love. I am joyful and happy.
Yeah.
I am passionate and purposeful.
Wow.
I am magnificent and worthy. I am forgiving and loving. I am abundant and manifesting. And I am conscious and intuitive. So based on these templates, then I was guided through the angelic the angelic connection that I have, was to blend and create then these beautiful essential oils combined together and then make it into sprays and oils. And they just have the most absolutely incredible smells. So this is another way for us to deepen into the activation of the DNA on one level through the olfactory senses. But the other level that they were telling me is it's going right into a cellular level, because as light workers and way showers and holding this frequency of divine love for the sacred earth, we still experiencing a lot of the clear cellular memories that are being cleared from perceived traumas that we've had at different timelines. So what these essential oil blends do, these angelic templates in the form of soul sense, is that they actually move into every level that we need it. So it's just been an incredible project where I've created the sprays and oils and face creams and serums and body healing oils. And at some point, I'm going to launch that and move much deeper into the templates. But I wanted to share with you that that was actually coming through so many of the stargates and portals, through the solstice, through the eclipses, and now into this next level of what we're experiencing today in this full moon, or rather red moon,
Right.
lunar eclipse. So these angelic templates are coming online. They're saying that this comes through from the I am avatar consciousness of light. So the I am avatar consciousness of light is the higher light of the awakened souls upon the sacred earth. It's like the collective beloved I am presence. So the collective beloved I am presence of all awakened light workers have been holding these templates. We can consider them templates of success. They've been holding these templates of success for us until this time that we were actually ready to not only anchor, which we did through the solstice energy, but now to activate them through these eclipse energies leading into the well, we've got actually such incredible energies coming through as well. We've got the Lion's Gate, the eight gateway, and then of course we have the next eclipse energy on August 11th, which also incidentally is the harmonic convergence. So from this period going through to that, and then later into August as well, is really when we are actually starting to experience these formulas of success. And I've been guided over the next 7 months to put together a telewebinar series where we actually explore these formulas of success in invocations, affirmations, and working with this soul scent range. But what I wanted to share today was a way that we could all work with these templates, with these incredible angelic templates, just simply from the angelic perspective, working, connecting to the angels, and actually just bringing these templates online as affirmations for now. So in the transmission that I'd like to do with us for these incredible energies is actually just take us into a deeper connection to these formulas of success and the angelic realms, and how we can utilize these particular techniques in our own life.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. That's fascinating. I've never heard of that until you sent that over to me. I was wondering what that was. So how did you come up with the glyphs?
Oh, the designs. They were actually done for me a couple of years ago with these beautiful Christ at Heart frequencies I was working with, a lovely guy called Rick Ruggles. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I hadn't really considered it. And then suddenly when I was making up the company, when then the angels are such a huge part of these essential oil blends. It's angel frequency, crystal frequency, diamond frequency. Many years ago, I used to make up flower and gem essences. And, you know, I would just be guided to particular flowers and they would speak to me. And then I would make up that essence using a crystal geode. So I have a gift from that perspective of the gift of healing, but also the gift of just receiving information from nature, spirit, intelligence. So I was thinking to create a range of angelic essences because I work quite closely with the archangels. And in fact, all of this links into so many different arenas as well, talking of the archangels, because I had recently completed this angelic series of the angel tools for parents and children. And it's a series of beautiful invocations for parents, but also utilized with children, and also a series of angel cards with beautiful affirmations. And so as I was working with this, just deepening into that connection with the archangels, what was coming to me was to create these angelic essences. So I had considered possibly, just with diamond, because diamond is the highest frequency that we've got in terms of holding information, holding energy, holding frequency. When we place anything in water, apart from blessing the water and having that experience, when we're placing our crystals, it's taking on and imbuing an aspect of that crystal consciousness, but also what it's doing, the crystal itself, or the diamond, is actually working as the conduit of receiving. It's both the receiver and the transmitter, because it's holding the angelic frequency, or the frequency that's been templated, blueprinted into that particular blend. So as I was looking at this, the angel said, no, bring online these angelic templates and create them that everyone can use them. They can use them as coasters or affirmations, or you can create this incredible essential oil blend. So it was really taking that leap of faith, because of course I had no idea what they would smell like, and they're different combinations. So for example, let me just give you just very briefly some idea of what these sensor or what we're working with. So for example, the I am healthy and well, that template is overlighted by Archangel Raphael, who we know as the Archangel of Healing. Many would know that. And the template that we're working with is healthy and well, that particular template. And then the essential oil blend, there is lavender and neroli, cinnamon, lemon verbena, frankincense, and rosewood. So, just absolutely incredible smells. And from the 10 ml tinctures, you can make like 40 sprays or 20 combined oils, where you can actually do what's something called soul sense readings, where you can do readings for another, where you just choose 3 of the templates and combine them together and place 5 drops of the mother tincture, or the 10 ml mother tincture, the soul sense bottle, into your spray bottles. And that's how we get these beautiful angelic infusions, these soul scent bottles. So this one then is grateful and appreciative. So you spray it around you and you say, I am grateful and appreciative. And at the same time, what it's doing is it's actually taking you into that frequency, because not only we're stopping and pausing, but and the olfactory sense itself, which is such an interesting one, it actually creates change within the brain itself. It creates change within the, just absolutely amazing. It creates changes, or the neuron clusters fire off, and changes occur within the thalamus, the hypothalamus, the hippocampus, the brainstem, the retina, and the auditory cortex through this olfactory frequency or system, and also just connects us into this multi-dimensional array of cosmic senses, or out of this world, heavenly senses. But essentially, the primary reason it's called soul sense is because it connects us to the energy of our soul. So as much as we're now starting to experience the templates of the higher consciousness that have been held collectively for humanity until the time that we were ready to ignite and activate all these templates or formulas of success. And this is the time now. They've actually been not anchored, they've been activated at this time. They were anchored at the time of the solstice, and they're starting to activate right now for every single one of us. So whatever area within our own lives we're still needing to rebalance or clear or experience greater levels of, to find that sense of the particular recipe or formula that works for us, is coming online now for every single awakened light worker, for every single awakened soul. And it's coming through the energy of the soul, is coming through the energy of the sense, which is really, these are smells that we have never experienced before in combinations. And it's absolutely just amazing how it's taking us into not only that frequency, but drawing us closer to the energy of the soul and bringing online those templates through the unity grid, through the connection to the I am avatar consciousness, or the beloved I am presence of all of us as the light tribe, because we are the leaders, we are the way showers, and right now we're stepping into those positions. So it's a time of incredible change. where, sometimes we're kind of getting it and other times we're not quite getting it. It feels a little bit elusive, or there's still a lot of clearing that's coming up. And, for me, in the last few weeks, when I noticed there was a period of going through initially just feeling stressed. I went through a couple of weeks, I was feeling really stressed. And then from there, it went into abundance issues. And then from there, it went into anger issues and resentment issues. Oh, yeah. And then from there into sadness. So it was like just this riding this wave from that first eclipse energy on July the 12th right through to now has been a huge clearing period for so many of us. And of course, again, I say that we know we are light. So this is not a case of us playing this out. This is a case of us actually accepting what we are experiencing, and at the same time, actually just clearing it. So what the angelic beings are saying is that these essences or soul scent essential oil blends and sprays and synergy healing oils, what they're doing is that they're actually assisting us to very rapidly clear the cellular memories that are within the body needing to just be loved and experienced in oneness, and then the frozen miasms and other patternings that are around the body. At the same time, they're absolutely amazing for children. What the angelic realms have been saying, and I'm seeing other people are starting to express this in their own way too, is that they're saying that the children and the millennials, those that are 30 and below, or probably in their teens and early 20s, are the next level of awakened light workers. And what we are going to be doing is assisting them in anchoring and activating and igniting their own light codes, because they too have often been caught in this plane of duality and everything that's going on. So the scent range then is one aspect of not only working with from a healing and therapeutic perspective, but in lifting our own vibration, to be creating natural household cleaning products, to be taking the soul scent essential oils and placing it in our soaps, our candles, in our natural washing powders, in our natural household cleaning products. And that's part of the work that I'm also going to be sharing and teaching people in the Soul Sense Facilitator training running from late August. So that's the one aspect of the work, because it then connects so much into how we can use these oils with our children too, how we can assist them, these beautiful, incredible beings that come through just as holding the energy of love, but they're also the children that we may call the autistic or the attention deficit hyperactivity with disorders, or Asperger's. There's so many names that we give these kids and labels that we give them, that they've just experienced this sensory overload and come into such a low vibration that a lot of their own senses have closed down, or unfortunately, they have experienced a lot of vaccinations or bad food choices or unconscious parents. But what we're seeing a lot more is that these children are birthing too into those families that are more conscious to hold that energy for them. So this is just a new way of deepening into that connection to the soul consciousness and bringing online these templates for every single one of us, for ourselves and for our children, so that they too can step into their full magnificence and power, and knowing that they too are the children of God, as we all are, as we are the flames of divinity. So that was the one side of the work that's absolutely amazing, that I just felt, just so excited that I really wanted to share with our light family. The other side that the angelic beings have asked me to co-create is perhaps not dissimilar to what you and I are doing, Todd, is getting together our light family with all our gifts that we have and hosting maybe bi-monthly 5 or 6 of us on a tele-webinar series at once. And we're all sharing, have 10 or 15 minutes where we're kind of sharing around whatever that template is, abundance or health and well-being, or gratitude or joy, and bringing through our own understandings of that we can share and take out to a larger audience. So this is really, sending a message through this incredible show that we're doing together to, let our light tribe know that if you have got something to say, I know so many of us are out there already, but now's the time that we are coming together so much in unity and community, that just, message me on Facebook or email me. I'd absolutely love to have you on the show to share what you're doing, whether you're working with crystals or sound or color or any other level, or someone like yourself, Todd, that's really just a facilitator bringing us all together, the networker. So on whatever level that you're working, I just felt if more and more of us can come together in the same way that we are doing with, SoulSpeak, it would really just accelerate that knowing for all of us, because that is really, you're listening to quite a few people and just getting us all together at a moment, because we all hold so much information, but it's time consuming, kind of just seeing so many of us, one at a time, and it's absolutely amazing we can do that. But, just getting together rather quickly, if we could just move into an experiential transmission of sorts and just be sharing with people and sharing too what we're doing, and that's, they're still waking up, or others could be excited about or might like to join us. So whatever our events or activities are, just come online together and just share that.
Yeah, that gives me chills when you said that. And I love the other part about the sense, because it's like we're bringing in the nonverbal, we communicate through that nonverbal, and now that's a great way to bring it into the physicality. So that makes total sense. Absolutely.
And just such a high vibration, this is, I have all these oils in what I call my angel room. It's just a room full of angel frequency and angel paintings and crystals and the diamond frequency and crystal frequency and templates. Every, kind of mother tincture has the templates, and then there's crystals all around it. And then I play music all day in that room, so that it's just maintained at this very high energy. And every night we've got the archangels, coming in and I don't even know, reblending or, activating integrated frequency, those blended essential oils. So I've been working with it, as I said, when I went through this period of stress, then I created some of these essential oil blends for me. And I can really say within a couple of days, that's how long it took me to actually just, and this is a funny thing, because I felt that was such an important part of this work, because I can honestly say, although, of course, this clearing continues for absolutely every single one of us to some degree, this is just, if you want to call it just, the last clearing at that cellular level of the wounded soul aspects that we are embracing. But like so many of us, I've done so much of that work that there isn't so very much, it's like really so completely non-reactive most of the time, just being able to sense and hold that energy, that I knew something important was going on, and I saw it was related to a large part to the timelines of what was happening at the eclipse, but simultaneously it was actually related to, which was part of the templates activating, what I'm experiencing or sharing is one part of my small story into actually the fact that these templates are really there for every single one of us. But this clearing that was coming up, or this intense feeling of stress in the body and feeling the body on fire and anxiety and anxiousness, it's not my energy at all. So I knew really that something very deep was going on. And, I went through it for a couple of days, and then I just was really guided. I had just made up all the blends, and I waited a couple of weeks because, just needed that time to bring the frequencies together in the blends. And at the moment it was ready to use, I started making the sprays and making the essential oil blends. And within a couple of days after that, I was just really back to my, really centered again. It was just absolutely amazing. And then I made it up for, some of the kids at my children's school that the boys are friendly with. But these kids, I see they're autistic or, they're ADHD, and they just, kind of tuned right into them and made it up and gave it to their moms as a gift. And they said they, and I know the moms, so it wasn't like just, randomly choosing people. But at the same time, they were just so excited. And they said within a couple of days, the change within their own children has been absolutely amazing. Children, like animals, very, very quickly respond to energetic frequency work. And also, of course, clearing at a cellular level is much easier because they don't have all those years of patterns and set behavioral patterns based on perceptions that we do. Although, of course, they have a lot of their own trauma, but the large part of that trauma or energetic discomfort, apart from what they're eating or vaccinations that they have experienced, is energetically what's been received from mom and dad.
Wow.
So, you know, if you're in a house of reactivity where, you know, mom is stressed and dad is stressed and working hard, or there's bad communication there, or old patterns when they're upset about something, they start shouting, and, you know, then the kids are, you know, instead of having a blissful environment, you know, the kids are all the time in this energetically attacking energy, because that's what's being, you know, amplified all the time. So those kids in particular, like all these kids that are going into sensory overload or just experiencing these low frequency energies around them, are really just needing to be lifted energetically through frequency. And this is just what these templates are through the Soul Sense range, is they are bringing online not only the templates, but they're actually just assisting very quickly to clear on every level of our beingness. So they're working emotionally, they're working physically, and of course they're working spiritually, because it's just drawing the soul energy to us.
How could any of us start to get acclimated or start to implement this type of thing that you're talking about with the sense? I mean, would it be something where we would just commune and follow the guidance, or are you going to?
Yeah, I will be selling them. That's the first thing. You know, I will be selling them, but then I'm in the facilitator training them. The way that I will offer it is, apart from this, call these 10 ml Soul Sense essential oil blends, let's call it the mother tinctures. So the 10 ml mother tinctures make up, say, 40 sprays or 20 combined essential oil blends in a 50 ml bottle, where you're actually mixing, you know, up to 3 different ranges. So the way that I'd like to do it, because part of this work for me as well with this setting online this formulas of success is creating a level of abundance for all of us. So my guidance through this is also largely coming from a marketing and commerce perspective of enabling all of us to be able to utilize these essential oil blends to set up a small business if we would like. So what I'm then going to do is like sell bottles and labels. So although you can, you know, for those that are just wanting it for themselves, you can just buy the sprays or buy the mother tincture and make your own stuff. But for those that may be interested in that level of, you know, let me sell it, you know, I might be a therapist, I might do massages, or I might do workshops, or, you know, there's different places that I go to, or I might have a retail outlet that I can sell them at. So you then take them, the 10 ml mother tincture, and you create your 40 bottles, and you get the bottles and labels, or you get the sprays. And I will show you how to do soul scent readings, combining the different templates. You know, you would get these, and then these can be used as coasters. I'm using them for myself. It's absolutely amazing. Like I've got it under my teacup and under my water cup, you know, and as I'm looking down my water, I'm going like, just affirming, I am passionate, and you know, I am passionate and purposeful, for example. So the templates then can be used to activate your own essential oil blends, or they can actually be utilized to as coasters or in different ways. So that's the one side. And then of course, you know, in the Soul Sense readings, I will take people into working with affirmations, and we'll transcribe that. So then when they do readings, then what they will do is choose 3 of the templates and do that with the client. And then they can make up the synergy combination oil. And also with that, then they will be able to use the invocations. But beyond this, it's also, just imagine what I'm bringing is one small puzzle piece. Because what the angelic beings are saying is that this isn't for you to follow my templates, but for you to add your knowings to my sharings. Because where we are right now as facilitators and way showers and as the light tribe is that we're not at a place where we go into a workshop, for example, and kind of like what we taking from that person, and we kind of saying, oh, okay, I've got to follow it like this. I've got to do that. This is what Anrita's saying I must do. Right. What Anrita's saying you must do is use your own intuition, knowing, and wisdom, and add the gifts that she is giving to what you're doing. And if you guide it to, and you absolutely love the Soul Sense range, you can do 2 things. You can then come to the tele-webinar where I will teach you how to make your candles and your lip balms and your healing oils. And, you know, I've also got this incredible facial serum that I'm making up with cannabis and without cannabis oil, and rosehip and the Soul Sense range, and others where it's perfumed oils, which is the I Am Magnificence and Worthy wines, and other healing creams with DMSO and aloe vera and almond oil. You know, it's just like, tell me what your condition is and I can make an oil for you.
Wow.
Or I can tell you what to do. That seems to be my gift, a huge part of my gift. So anything that you have from a healing perspective, you know, you can just tell me and I will create a blend for you, or I will let you know how you can create a blend. And then, so this is for people to work with on so many different levels. And then the very last level is where you start to make your own combined essential oil blends, if you like, you know, and I will show you how to make flower and gem essences, how to pendulum, how to use kinesiology, kind of, you know, so many different ways to work, including particular energetic exercise techniques for greater level of health and well-being. So the gifts that I have, you know, are absolutely available to share. But the idea of bringing us together in this platform or forum, apart from the telewebinar that I would be running, is that to have this free telewebinar where all of us that are wanting to share our gifts come together. And we share what we're offering. So then we can decide, okay, let's create with that, or let's add that, or, you know, that person then can take whatever they want and add it to their workshop or to their teachings. So it's a way really of just coming together in community and unity, but also in greater levels of abundance. So, you know, the key here is just generating additional levels of abundance for all of us. And that's really what I'm so inspired about, because it's not, you know, really just having this product and saying, okay, just buy it from me and use it. It's like, purchase it initially because, of course, you know, that's everything costs money to make. But from that, then, you know, make up another 40 bottles and, you know, and sell that at your workshops. You know, and put some money in your pocket to be able to again reinvest. And when you're doing it, the idea of doing it is not because you are wanting to make money, though, which will be a, you know, byproduct. It's because you are wanting to shift the consciousness of all those around you, and this is one way to do it. So, you know, that's just really so exciting to me, is that, you know, we host these workshops, we host these events, even if we're doing one-on-one consultations, you know, able to make up these blends, these essential oil blends. SoulSense essential oil blends is one tool, and then sharing it with, we're clearing so much stuff, you know, in workshops, so much stuff is coming up that we can just scent ourselves so quickly using these incredible scents, these heavenly scents that have never been smelled, you know, yet, and deepening into those templates. So it's just, for me, such an exciting time, because it's actually showing me how these templates and formulas are working. You know, it's just really been, for me, just such a shift from the work that I was doing, which I absolutely loved as a channel, into just new avenues opening, because it would really require a greater level of expansion into different areas to find those formulas of success. So this is just another one of those formulas, and it's completely continuing to expand in so many different ways. And I'm just so excited to be able to share that, to be able to trigger for others, you know, how can we take you into templates or formulas of success? So there will be a whole marketing side there that we will talk about, you know, funnel marketing and different ideas and what you can do to promote yourself, and the messages and how you can do that, and different levels of working, from the practical, from the holistic, from the help, from the energetic, and from the spiritual. And, you know, just kind of see what works for you, what resonates for you. But it isn't something I perceive that, you know, essentially long term, it's not about me. It's about all of us.
Well, I like too that there's a foundation, and then you said, then you follow your own intuitive and expand from there, you know, kind of like the analogy of the Akashic, and then now we're the living library. So we've been given all this information, and now through the depth of our experience, we begin to expand it. Yeah, I think it's fascinating because it brings it into the physicality. I think it's a great idea, and I would love to support and be whatever force I can be to bring people together in what I think is like a you know, it's like a somebody just said a 5D cosmic university. Bring everyone together.
Cosmic conversations, but yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a 5D cosmic university, and we each sharing those puzzle pieces. You know, and what I had seen in my mind, apart from us hosting that, then all those facilitators, you know, the people coming online, they can set up their own groups of people that they're workshopping with and sharing information or having events and everyone sharing what they're doing in a particular area, you know, and then they can network and come together, and they all have, you know, each one has their own Todd Medina because
it's like a flower of life thing,
you know. So just such a way of, you know, taking these clusters and expanding them and going further out and kind of saying, okay, you know, here we are, we live in Los Angeles or New York or Cape Town or Beirut or London, and you know, this is what's happening in my area. You know, let me get together with all the other facilitators and let's share what we're doing so people can come here. So kind of like almost these, you know, virtual meeting rooms, but offering just a whole load of information at the same time, just greater presence. You know, not only the presence of what we're doing and how we can share this, because for so long we were waking each other up and now we're waking the world up. And if we can come together in those groups of, you know, our knowings, our sharings, our wisdom, and place it in platforms of, you know, between 6 and 9 of us at a time, each sharing 10 or 15 minutes, it's enough initially that then we can drive that person either to our website or to what we're doing, or we find that others that we are connecting with on the show, or we're listening to them, we think you would be absolutely amazing to connect with, to do a workshop with, to do a tele-webinar with, to do an event with. Let me get in touch with you. Let me communicate with you. Let me, you know, kind of deepen into that sharing, because it's going to just really work. What you offer, what I offer will come together beautifully.
I've seen that, and I love that. It's like a moving news feed. It's like a virtual news feed. It's actually got, you know, motion to it and adding more frequencies to it. I was going to ask you. You talked, and I just want to give you the respect too, because you know, you've been leading this as a way shower for so long, and everybody, you know, we have tremendous respect. I mean, and so many people are familiar with your work, and for you to tell us that you've gone through the same things we all have, I think is, you know, that's a very significant thing. But you know, you talked about since the July 12th, I think, was it okay, and now we've got this blood moon that's just hours away, and then we've got, which I wasn't even aware of, we've got this eclipse coming right after it. Are we just continuing to accelerate at a faster and faster speed, or are there specific things coming up? Because you talked specifically about some things that came up.
Yes. So this actually was interesting. It's, you know, at the same time we're calling it's actually the blood moon lunar eclipse, and it's a lunar eclipse. It's a full lunar eclipse. So it's lasting for about 3 hours, starting, I think it's about, well, my time it's 9:15, so that leaves it, I think, about 1:15, 1:20 in Pacific time. That, you know, that it would be, about 1:20 Pacific time, 4:20 Eastern time. And as I was mentioning, you know, it's about 3 hours maybe that it's going to be, that eclipse will be in its fullness. Now, you won't see it because actually it's actually really in Asia and Africa. So I'm actually centered through the eclipse coming here, but obviously because it's at night, it's really just going to be the full moon kind of been blocking out, you know, from the energy of the light. But this, the lunar eclipse energy is primarily bringing up, leading up to it is really just the clearing of the shadow energy. And so with this now, what we're actually going to have is just a deeper sense of light activating within us. And at the same time as the sun and the earth and the moon align, actually Mars also closely aligns with them. So we've got this red planet Mars, and we've got this red planet, the red full moon, merging their energies. So Mars is the brightest and most visible it has been in the night sky since 2003, which is absolutely amazing too. So you can look at this dance into different levels. You know, really the energy that's coming through is about passion and purpose, but it's also about new gateways activating, opening, and as I was saying, bringing online these angelic templates, or whether you want to call them diamond crystal templates. It doesn't matter on what level. When I was on the show last time, you know, we took it into the crystal diamond frequency. And now what I'd like to do is bring it through from the angelic realms, connect us into just very briefly working with these frequencies, these energies, seeing what's coming up for all of us, and then moving into, you know, just anchoring and igniting that through the unity grid of divine love. And then, of course, through this, we're moving into the August gateway, which is August the 8th. And that's the Lion's Gateway. And every year, you know, that opens. And it's so much about, it's lion energy, but it's also feminine energy. It's a Syrian stargate. It's connecting into Syrian consciousness, but it's also connecting into consciousness of at-one-ment and atonement. So whatever level that you look at it, it's deepening into love. It's coming into just alignment through releasing all that is ready to be released as we deepen into forgiveness, into holding that flame of divine love for ourselves and all life on the sacred earth. And I always found at that time that there's such a merging again into the divine masculine and divine feminine frequencies. And then we move straight into the eclipse energy that's coming through there on the next solar eclipse, which is August the 11th. And that energy then is again about the solar templatings. That is solar Christ consciousness. That is alignment to the divine. That is bringing through the I am avatar consciousness codes of light, or the codes of our beloved I am presence. So really right now what we're working with is, and also the first template is activating. They're telling me of at that time of health and wellness. And I'm actually going to be doing on that day, it's a Saturday, I'm going to be doing a tele-webinar with a lovely lady, which I think you may know, Audrey Light Language.
Yes.
We are going to connect because she has also just such a beautiful vocal frequency of bringing together, you know, part of the transmission that at that stage, that first template that's going to be igniting and activating is health and wellness, at the same time as merging and integrating deeper into the soul and star family. And the reason for that template coming online, of course, what we're doing right now is we're still in the process of anchoring. And, you know, I talk about activating, but really it's just saying that these templates are available. And that's the transmission I'm going to take us into in a few minutes, Todd.
Okay.
But essentially what we want to do is we want to experience each one of these templates individually as well. And that's part of the work that I'm going to be doing over the next few months, 7-8 months, is anchoring, activating on a monthly basis through the tele-webinar transmission, through the free tele-webinar transmission, and also through the Soul Sense tele-webinar facilitator training.
Right.
So that is essentially then a level where we all then have access to these templates, these formulas of success, because that's really what essentially it is. It's blueprints of success. So for many of us, and I saw this even with my own work, going back into, you know, some years of really just incredible work, feeling inspired, but then also feeling quite tired. And, you know, the life knocks and challenges knocking you down. And I ended up in myself, you know, with the devastation that I experienced and the loss, temporary loss of my children, you know, my body then kind of also closed down, although my heart, you know, of course, I was heartbroken. Although, you know, holding that flame of divine love, it's funny how you can hold love and sadness simultaneously, but absolutely knowing that all was divinely perfect and that I would be getting the children back. But it was really heartbreaking from the mother and human perspective as I went through that journey. And of course, it was a stressful time too, because I was working with courts and I was working with additional finances. And of course, continuing to work was the one thing I knew I needed to do to continue with that flow of abundance for everything that I needed to pay at that time. But the stress of that particular event, then I ended up having the Epstein-Barr virus. And I had to work with then, you know, kind of my own energy and the health and wellness, you know, side of myself, that I had to relook the way that I had been working and how I could, you know, bring together new levels of creativity and abundance in a way that actually was just in a deep sense of flow without placing too much pressure energetically or physically, as I was just working with my own, you know, kind of health and healing issues.
Right.
And so it was really just quite an interesting time, because, you know, it was a recognition of embracing and loving all that was arising, but at the same time actually also realizing that, you know, so much of my time and focus, like so many of us, had been in one particular area. So the other areas were not as developed. And even while I had the gift of healing and I could, you know, kind of look at what I needed. I didn't really have time to create these, like, say, delicious meals that I wanted to do all the time, or to take the time to create my own natural households, cleaning products, everything that I would like to do. Or when I did find the time, it was, just on the weekends or my whole Sunday, and then that day was gone, and it was like it's just another day of busyness. The pleasure had been reduced. So I recognized that, I needed to shift some things in my life. And that's when the angel said to me, two things. One is just go back again into just trusting and surrendering, because that's really what we have to do. First and foremost, to experience divine presence, to experience that sense of timelessness, or that zero-point energy, whatever you would like to call it, is a sense of connection to our beloved I Am Presence, or divine presence. Because in divine presence, everything that we need comes online. Every moment of our time is actually just in a flow that produces what we need to for that moment. And that flow is full manifestation, full abundance, full creativity, full love. And all that stops that then is, some of those cellular things that we're still clearing. And of course, ill health is a large part. So the first formula that I started working on then, because I had the trust and surrender, which was also kind of like, a moment of a wobble there, but knowing that, kind of like, well, okay, hold on, I'll actually have mastered this one. So, so it's like just you go through kind of a couple of the false beliefs still clearing. And that's really okay, because I feel that really just, comes like, again, we talked about, the peeling of the onion and all those layers, that just goes deep and deep at some point, where we just clear whatever, either clear those points in time where there wasn't that support, or there wasn't that abundance, whatever it may be. And, again, hold ourselves in this full knowing that everything that we need, that is there with the universe, but beyond that is actually listening to the universe. Yeah. So this is really, nothing really to do with the mind sense, although the perceptions are created through our beliefs, and then we're affected emotionally. And that is why breathing, as I mentioned last time, is such a useful thing, because in breath, you're completely aligning. But actual full alignment comes when it's the merging and integration of our beloved I Am Presence, where we become the soul energy, and then it's that soul energy from within that's expanding out, and that is then what is clearing at a cellular level, bringing more light into the body, healing, rejuvenating, bringing online the external lines and particular light grids and light frames that create the diamond light body. So that really has been essentially so much of the work that in this last year in particular that I've been doing to work with my issues. And I can say I'm almost, kind of like a completely different person in terms of my health and well-being now to what I was a year ago. And a large part of that has been in, where I kind of just merged with my soul energy at a much deeper level. I came home, I came into my body, and I came into this practical sense. And as I started to breathe, I realized there's discomfort in the physical body. What am I going to do about that? What am I going to shift and change? And then there was also the focus of the next template that I started working with was passion, because it was like, okay, for so long, I've absolutely loved this work that I've done, this connection to all the element beings. And my work has been really, I would say, as a frequency remodulator, really just shifting frequency. And it is still like that, just in different ways. So it was looking at, all right, well, this way of working is no longer, inspiring for me. It's starting to feel like hard work. And I have to wake up passionate. When you wake up and you feel, oh, I've got this to do and that to do, and your life feels a little bit an overwhelm, you don't have that joy and lightheartedness. So it was a way of saying, what is that disillusionment that's still stuck there? How to shift out of it, and how to find an expanded set of creative gifts or skills that will bring that passion back. And that's been a huge part also of the work that I've been doing in the last year, to wake up every morning and just go, yes. But
it seems, I was going to say, it seems like collectively it's starting to, because I love what you say about being in that 0 point and how things just come to you. And if I look back at my own situation, my journey, it seems like you find that space. It's like an ebb and flow, right?
Yeah.
I can really hear through the words and picture because of the experience I've had. And it seems like through this last little run, there was a huge shedding of this toxic masculine thing. What are your thoughts on now that this seems to be very much out there? Okay, and there's more of a balancing of the feminine and the masculine. How do you think that's going to impact us in the collective? Are we going to be experiencing more of this 0 point collectively as we each do? I think we would individually, but I mean, what does it look like to you? What do you think that's going to look like?
Well, my sense, obviously, when I tune in is on a planetary level, what's been experienced. And that's obviously why we're all experiencing still a lot of emotional oscillation, because, we're affected by the planetary energies, and what we're seeing when we look around us, as you know, is still so much of that, kind of like control and power issues. Yeah. But when you're talking about those waking up, that, again, I'm talking about those templates or blueprints of divinity are coming through from the collective I am presence, which of course at that level is genderless, but as it centers down and we're connecting more deeply, every single one of us individually with our own soul light, what we are doing is awakening to a greater level of our magnificence and light. And essentially, of course, it was the essence of the feminine, of the goddess, that held that heart energy. And that heart energy was quite easy because they were more in the emotional field of love, whereas as we know, the masculine energy held more of the mental energy. It was more of the and also more of the active energy, and the feminine energy was one more of just of stillness and presence. But now what's come online is the divine masculine and divine feminine merging. What I've seen for me was quite interesting. So I can explain it in terms of a work mode of the old way of working from an energetic perspective was through the masculine energy. So even in our work, if you look at women traditionally, and men, it doesn't really matter, kind of like let's just talk about masculine and feminine energy, because of course it doesn't matter our gender as such. We were working with what we call a masculine energy in a traditional work mode. Yeah. And then that, of course, wasn't really the feminine energy or the feminine power. So it didn't work for a lot of women. So as they deepened, then they were the first gatekeepers into this avenue of the feminine through that connection that we have to obviously the flame of love. It was the feminine energy that flowed through women more easily than men, but let's talk about it just being the feminine energy that was coming onto the planet and has been here for some time, but it's actually just the emergence has just, kind of just escalated in at least the last 10 years, 5 years, and even in the last 6 months. It's been the initiation of the feminine energy. But that then caused a shift in the way that we started to work. So instead of always coming from the mind where we ourselves are perceiving what we need to do and creating formulas around that, what we were doing was coming from more of an intuitive flow. We were going, okay, this is really what, I'd like to create, and just flowing more gently and lovingly and graciously into that, rather than, kind of like just the stress, because that stress that you get in your everyday life is a masculine energy or a masculine flow that is very much wanting to know what it needs to do, how to do it, what are all the steps. Where the feminine energy is like, just let me just move into it and it will just unfold. It will come together. And now the flow has come where it's like the feminine energy there and the flow of that, but the masculine energy is bringing an empowerment to that, of greater levels of expression of self, of empowerment, of communication, of clear boundaries, of the ability to express and communicate. That is such a merging of the divine masculine and divine feminine frequency. So that's the one level from a work mode. In terms of personal relationships, what's happening is that we're deepening into that connection at the soul level of merging and integrating soul with soul clusters. So we have our core group of 12, let's say, soul rays, and then, from that, we've got like another 12 groups, which are part of that, form that level of the beloved I am presence or monadic level. So that's 144 soul rays. So once we're merging now with the soul clusters, because we're all ascending together. So in that ascension, then those clusters or souls in our own soul group are being experienced more intimately on the inner plane and in physicalness, or physicality rather. So not necessarily that we are meeting, but there is a greater probability of coming together or just feeling a very deep resonance with other people because they're part of our soul family. So if in your own soul cluster, there are those souls that have already awakened and stepped into self-mastery or merged and integrated their own soul light, you will be feeling the effects of that. That's the one side to it. The other side to that, of course, is essentially all about love, because love is all that is. So you will then, on this level, start to attract the soul brothers or soul sisters or soulmates that really carry that flame of love, rather than needing to move back into the patterns of abuse or misuse of power or victim or persecutor consciousness, because we've done it, and we've done it over and over and over and over. And really, at this point of where we are now, we no longer need to experience that. Of course, if life has its own plan for us in terms of that we need to still experience that, then it will be carried through. But, and some of us are still going through deep journeys, as I myself went through a very deep journey to fully hold that flame of love. So that's a choice, of course, that we make at that pre-birth agreement, as a pre-birth agreement. But essentially where we are now, as you're seeing yourself, you're drawing to you the soulmate twin flame energy. I mean, you are just, with your beautiful spiritual marriage and an incredible partner, Morgan, that is really, one of those unions of heaven on earth, because that is the soul cluster, that is the soul core group. And in that coming together, then, aren't you experiencing just a greater level of the healing and clearing of your own wounds, of the divine masculine and the divine feminine? Because that's what relationships do. So for many right now, in coming together in relationships of love, it's opening to trust, it's opening to love, and with that, just accelerating our own growth. So it's really in that perfect moment of coming together. And I know for some of us, we function well on our own. Apart from, I'd have to say, a couple of moments in my life, which ended up having 2 beautiful children, and later, of course, a karmic contract to fulfill. I have been absolutely content in my life, just connecting on the inner planes with the soul core groups, as well as, all the angelic realms and all the beautiful star beings and core groups. But at the same time, my children are my grounding energy, and they are my love, and my heart just opens completely, being in that sense of knowing I'm a mom. It's just an absolutely amazing gift to be a parent too, because that is another level of love too. So whatever we are choosing is just completely appropriate, but less and less we're actually choosing karmic relationships, because it's no longer necessary to just undergo a deeper level. It's only really if we got our head completely buried and we're just not listening, and we're not learning, and we're not accepting, and we're just in a place where we are really just, needing something so, completely different in whatever way that unique experience is, that will shift us from that dark night of the soul, that we will choose it. But really at this point, and when these templates coming online now, all it's doing is it's giving us greater level of direction. It's saying that actually we have a light tribe. We have angelic business teams. We have angelic healing teams. We have each other. That support is there. We no longer need to work alone or walk alone, which was a large part of that journey for many, or where others were actually just feeling they couldn't express themselves. They were just feeling that discomfort of, being around a lot of people that didn't understand them. And that's essentially the part of one's journey. Where we are now, it's no longer needed. It's really that place where we can express our authentic selves, and they find greater resonance. And if we're still feeling uncomfortable to do that, then really we're just working still with our own issues, because, at this stage, we shouldn't really even be worried or concerned what others think of us. It's really just what we think of ourselves. And if we can just come to that place of acceptance of self, it accelerates into magnificence of self. It accelerates into appreciation of self. and accelerate into the next level of service, all the while listening to the universe, because the universe is the guidance through our divine presence that's guiding us ever upward into the light, but also ever expanding in our gifts and what we share and co-create on the sacred earth.
Yeah, and it's contagious too.
It's exciting.
One person does it. Yeah,
yes.
It is exciting.
Yes, it catches on, doesn't it? Yes.
I'm just glad this big breakthrough just came through, and it seems to be permeating around the world through a lot of people, regardless of their gender. But I definitely want to get the information out there for what you're doing. It sounds like you've still got a little bit. I know you've been working on it a lot. You're going to be coming out with this stuff soon with the Soul Sense?
Next week.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be launching next week. So I'll put a link, kind of on Facebook with it. Absolutely. Yeah. And, just take it to the page and what's happening there. I think it's just a very, very exciting, something unique, something a little bit different.
Yes.
And just very excited to get it out there and to share it with others, and, to just deepen into that community and unity, because that's such a huge part of it as well. But
I'd like to help you get that out. I'd like to help you. Yeah, because I think that's a great energetic action just by itself. Just putting that out there. That's a totally new frequency. And then like I said, it's bringing it into the physicality. So definitely let me know, and we'll do whatever we can to help you and put it out through our network, because I think people will be very responsive to it. You were going to take us. Yes. You were going to take us through what in particular today were you going to take us through?
What are we going to do? Something that we call the Angelic New Earth Templates, that we talk about these New Earth Angelic Templates rather. So what I'm going to do is I will just hold up each one. And as I do that, when I'm doing it, or actually, it's really, the geometry is not so important if you want to sit with your eyes closed. I'll take us into sort of just a 20-minute transmission where we're connecting to each other and linking into this blood moon lunar eclipse energy, and then anchoring the templates within the unity grids, but surrounded in the flames of the archangels. That sort of seems what comes to mind.
Yes.
That would be quite nice for us to do.
Thank you.
All right, good. So we can just get ourselves comfortably relaxed, just moving into that space where we just find that we just coming into feeling how we're feeling right now, just breathing into the body. If you're sitting up, just having a sense of the feet on the earth, and just a sense of how you are feeling right now. Just breathing in love and breathing out love, and taking a moment to just feel and sense that presence, the divine presence within you, the soul light energy. Breathing in love, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose or mouth. Inomosono kuina sia ia kiono koakia. Imosoa ia. Inosono kuiakia. In the safe and sacred space, just having a sense of the loving heart, the soul energy in the center of the chest. Just having a sense of this beautiful diamond, golden, and white flame of divine love ignite within the body and energy field. As this flame of light continues to expand around the body and energy field, we continue to breathe in love, breathe out love. Centering and grounding regardless of any distractions around you, having a sense of this beautiful diamond, golden, white light, creating a beautiful diamond sphere of light 54 feet in diameter around you now, holding this energy of purity, of innocence, of magnificence. Energetically or physically place your hands upon your loving heart as you say to yourself, I love you, giving your full name now. I love you. I love you. So now having a sense of deepening into the unity grid of divine love, feeling and sensing this matrix of light within you and around you, connecting you to all light workers at the sacred time as they come together for this full moon lunar eclipse, coming together deep into new beginnings, to celebration and assisting in anchoring and activating the new earth angelic templates. This beautiful energetic matrix of higher light energy activates now through the beloved I am present, the collective light of all awakened souls, the I am avatar consciousness of light. It's feeling a greater sense of merging with your beloved I am presence, of drawing to you soul and star family and friends of the light, of knowing how much you are celebrated, appreciated, and deeply loved. That no matter what is going on around you, what is going on within your reality, you need only take this deep breath of trust and surrender. Surrender to your divine presence. Surrender to life. Ino soa ia ki ono koa kia. Imo soa ia. As you feel this love now of soul brothers and sisters, guardian angels and master guides, and Christed ETs and angelic beings, you have a sense of the 7 primary archangels coming forwards now. Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Gabriel, Raphael, Zakiel, Jophiel, Shemuel. Just feeling yourself in the presence of these beautiful archangels. Ready now to activate the new earth, angelic templates, blueprints of success for yourself and all life. These templates are activated within the Christ at heart, within the heart chakra, and from here move into every subatomic particle of the body. As you continue to breathe in now, you focus on this first template, passion and purpose. Inokoina kina kiokoa. Imoso inkaino koa. It's overlighted by Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Jophiel's angel of beauty and creativity and joy, surround you in this golden yellow flame of joy and passion, taking you deeper into what is your purpose, what is your passion, what is it that you would like to do to deepen into your creative gifts, releasing disillusionment, resentment, lack of, limiting beliefs, sensing this beautiful template of passion and purpose ignite within the loving heart, wrapped in this beautiful golden yellow flame of joy. And having a sense of Archangel Gabriel coming forward, the angel of communication, and wrapping you in this beautiful white flame of light, taking you deeper into the expression of communication, of your heart's dreaming, to your heart's joy, passionately following your bliss, your dreams, for to fully manifest abundantly in every area of your life requires, first and foremost, living in passion. This template ignites within the loving heart. Energetically or physically place your hands upon your loving heart as you affirm to yourself, I am passionate and purposeful. Breathing in passion and purpose, breathing out passion and purpose. I am passion and purposeful. I am passion and purposeful. Ino sono qui nasi aia kiuno. Imo so aia kiuno. Imo so aia. Imo so aia kia. And now you have a sense of this template, joy and happiness coming online. As you affirm to yourself, I am joyful and happy. Imo so aia kiuno. Imo so ina kia. Ino so aia. It is Archangel Jophiel, angel of beauty and creativity, that comes forward here, wrapping you in this golden yellow flame of joy once more, taking you deeper into the innocence and joy of life, releasing the stress through acceptance and embrace of all that is. Taking a moment to experience what joy means for you, what happiness feels for you, what brings you joy, what makes you laugh, what makes you feel lighthearted. Breathing in joy and happiness, breathing out joy and happiness. As you say to yourself, I am joyful and happy, sensing this beautiful golden yellow flame of joy igniting with this template through the loving heart at the center of your chest. I am joyful and happy. I am joyful and happy. I am joyful and happy. Imono soa ia ki ono koa kia ki ono. Imo soa ia in kaino koa kia ki ana kia. And now bringing a focus to the templates of magnificence and worthiness. Breathing in magnificence and worthiness. Breathing out magnificence and worthiness. As you affirm to yourself, I am magnificent and worthy. I am magnificent and worthy. This Archangel Chamuel that comes forward, wrapping you in this beautiful pink flame of divine love and peace. As this beautiful template ignites within the loving heart, wrapped, this pink flame of love is taken into every subatomic particle of your beingness. Feel this love. Breathe it in. Recognize, appreciate your magnificence, your worth. Archangel Gabriel comes forward too, wrapping you in this beautiful white flame. It's this angel of communication, giving you a deeper sense of how you can communicate and express yourself. Feeling and sensing how wonderful you truly are, how magical and appreciated you are. How worthy you are. Archangel Raphael further comes forward in this beautiful emerald green flame of healing, taking this beautiful emerald green flame into the loving heart and then into every subatomic particle and around the body, and into any area of discomfort within the body that has experienced these unique experiences of not feeling worthy or loved. Feeling and sensing and knowing that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy and magnificent. As you repeat this to yourself, I am worthy and magnificent. Breathing in magnificence, breathing in worth. I am magnificent and worthy. I am magnificent and worthy. Imosoa ia kiono koa kia kiana. Inosoa ia kiana. Imosoa ia. Imosoa ia. Inkaino koa. And now you have a sense of the next template activating, forgiving and loving. As you affirm to yourself, I am forgiving and loving. I am forgiving and loving. Breathing in forgiveness and love. Breathing out forgiveness and love. Releasing, embracing all that arises. Releasing blame. Releasing victim and persecutor consciousness. Allowing this to come up through every subatomic particle. And most of all, forgiving yourself for imagining that you are unworthy of love. It is Archangel Zachiel who comes forward, Archangel of forgiveness and transmutation, wrapping you in this beautiful violet flame of forgiveness and transmutation. Breathing in forgiveness and love. Breathing out forgiveness and love. As you affirm to yourself, I am forgiving and loving. I am forgiving and loving. I am forgiving and loving. Ino sono kwa ina si ai akiana. Imo so ai akiuno. Imo so ai in kaino koa. And now we have a sense of the next template activating of abundance and manifestation. Just having a sense of this beautiful template igniting within the unity grid of divine love, within the hearts of all awakened souls, the light workers, the way showers, within your own beautiful Christed hearts. As you affirm to yourself, I am forgiving, I am abundant and manifesting. Imo so aia kiuno, imo so aia in kaino koa. Archangel Zachiel, Archangel Jophiel, come forward. Archangel Zachiel surrounds you in this beautiful golden yellow flame of joy and creativity. And Archangel Zachiel in this beautiful violet flame of forgiveness and transmutation. This is the time of change. You are focusing on your gifts, on abundance, on manifestation, deepening into the soul energy and connection of your beloved I Am Presence and the I Am Avatar, collective consciousness of light, connecting to soul and star family, connecting to those that can support you, work with you, connecting to those that have a resonance and energy similar in vibration to you, to your thoughts, to your dreams. The light tribe, ready to step into the next level of service, ready to expand your creative gifts, ready to experience financial freedom, knowing you have all that you need in any given moment to manifest, to magnetize, and to bring into your reality all that you need. Ino mosoa ia ki una koa. Imo soa ia. Inka ino koa kia ki uno. Next template now that ignites and activates is consciousness and intuition. As you repeat to yourself, I am conscious and intuitive. Just one of the greatest gifts we have as the awakened souls upon the sacred earth, as the light workers, as the earth seeds, as the way showers, as the flames of divinity leading this way in this golden age of light and walking this path of love. Observing and knowing ourselves as conscious beings, following our intuition guidance given to us through the direction of our divine presence, beloved I am presence. It is Archangel Chamuel who comes forward here, along with Archangel Uriel. Archangel Chamuel surrounds you, this beautiful pink flame of divine love. Archangel Uriel, the angel of wisdom, this golden flame of light, igniting this within the Christed heart, within the heart chakra, and now into every subatomic particle of your beingness. As you affirm to yourself, I am conscious and intuitive. Breathing in consciousness and intuition. Breathing out consciousness and intuition. I am conscious and intuitive. I am conscious and intuitive. I am conscious and intuitive. Just having a sense of soul family joining you, all chanting this. Having a sense of all sacred hearts joining as one unified cosmic heart. All stating together, I am conscious, I am intuitive. I follow the guidance given to me by my beloved I am presence. I follow the guidance and intuition of my sacred heart as a flame of divinity, as a master being of light. I am conscious and intuitive. Ino sono koina sia ia kiuno. Imo soa ia kiuno. Imo soa ia kia. And having a sense now of the next new earth angelic template. Sightfulness and compassion. As you affirm to yourself, I am insightful and compassionate. I am insightful and compassionate. Imo soa ia kiuno. Imo soa ia in kaino koa. This Archangel Uriel who comes forward, the angel of wisdom and knowing. Takes you into understanding the unique experiences as you are wrapped in this beautiful golden healing flame that you experience as you walk both the karmic timeline and Christed timelines. Still choosing some of those pre-birth agreements or karmic patterns, but only to know yourselves as love, but to assist in the awakening of humanity, to assist in the awakening of the collective codes of light, the star codes, the DNA codes, the Christ consciousness codes, the star seed codes. Allowing this all to ignite and activate through the loving heart, and now to each subatomic particle of the body as a subatomic particle spin in this increased light frequency and igniting into the unity grid, feeling, sensing, everyone chanting together. I am insightful and compassionate. I am insightful and compassionate. I am insightful and compassionate. Imo soa ia kiono koakia. Imo soa ia. Imo soa ia. Inkaino koa. And now the template of power and strength ignites and activates within your loving heart. As you affirm to yourself, I am powerful and strong. I am powerful and strong. Imo sono koina si ia kia. Imo sono koakino koakia kia. As Archangel Michael, who comes forward with his beautiful blue flame, wraps you in this blue flame, ignites it through your loving heart, your Christed heart. And into each subatomic particle of your beingness, you feel the strength of Archangel Michael. Feel yourself as this powerful warrior of light. Feel the shields of light, the sword of truth. All that you need activating and igniting. As this template ignites and activates within the unity grid, in the geometries, the archangelic frequencies, the collective higher light, beloved, I am presence of all awakened light workers, of all souls on the sacred earth, choosing the path of love. And joined at this time, moving into new beginnings, releasing all that no longer needs to be experienced. If there's any discomfort being experienced within the body, breathing in power, holding the breath, breathing out all that is ready to be released. Ino sono koina si ia kia. Breathing in power now, breathing out power and strength. Affirming, I am powerful and strong. I am powerful and strong. I am powerful and strong. Imo so ai kaino koa. Ina ia wa ia. Imo so ia. In kaino koa. Imo so ia. And now the template of peace and calm ignites and activates within the loving heart. As you affirm to yourself, I am calm. I am peaceful and calm. Archangel Chamuel and Archangel Uriel come forward. Archangel Chamuel, the angel of love, wraps you this beautiful pink flame of love just to center you, to calm you, to know that everything will be all right. This template ignites within the loving heart. This pink flame of love moves into every subatomic particle. Further activated now by Archangel Uriel, the angel of wisdom, into this golden healing flame within the loving heart of this template and into every subatomic particle of your beingness. Feeling, sensing, knowing the stress has been released, the discomfort has been released. You no longer need to hold. Body, just breathe it out. Breathe in peace, hold the breath. Breathe out any level of discomfort, stress, or tension. Breathing in love and peace, holding the breath, breathing out all that is ready to be released. And now breathing in peace and gentleness, and breathing out peace and gentleness and love. And now, feeling and sensing how your energy is shifting, and feeling and sensing how these templates are being ignited and activated at this time of new beginnings for all life on this sacred earth, through the unity grid of divine love, and through the energy of the moon and the sun and the central sun and the great central sun and the galactic center. Feel and sense the stargates and portals that are opening, connecting into the Lyrian portal, the Arcturian portal, the Syrian portal, Pleiadian portal, the Arcturian portals. All these portals are igniting and activating to bring online deeper levels of these qualities, bringing in their own light codes, igniting this upon the sacred earth and within your loving hearts. Imo soa ia kiono koakia. Imo soa ia kiono. Imo aia kiono koakina siaya. Having a sense now of this next template is coming online of grace and appreciation. As you affirm to yourself, I am grateful and appreciative. I am grateful for all that I have in my life. I am appreciative of all that I experience, no matter how uncomfortable, as it takes me into the next level of my divinity, my light, and my soul's blossoming. I am grateful. Ino sono koina si aia kiono. Imo so aia. Inkaino koa kia kiana koa. This Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Uriel that comes forward, bringing through additional qualities that amplify this template of grace and appreciation. Archangel Jophiel surrounds you in this beautiful golden yellow flame of beauty and creativity and joy. In grace and appreciation, additional creative gifts expand. Archangel Uriel, the angel of wisdom and knowing, wraps you in this golden flame and ignites it to this flame of higher presence, higher wisdom, higher mind intelligence. Breathing in grace, breathing out grace. Affirming to yourself, I am grateful and appreciative. Ino soa ia kiono, imo ia kiono, imo soa ia, inkaino koa. And now having a sense of this template of health and wellness, igniting and activating within the loving heart. An important template overlighted by Archangel Raphael. You feel and sense this beautiful emerald green healing flame ignite within your Christ at heart and now to every subatomic particle of your beingness. And feeling and sensing too this beautiful angelic healing team that surround you through the archangels and their healing teams. Calling upon your own angelic healing team, joining with you now to assist you in releasing any level of discomfort at a physical level or emotional level within the body, to bring about health, wellness, vitality, energy. As you affirm to yourself, I am healthy and well. Breathing in health and love and wellness. Breathing out health, vitality and wellness. Feeling and sensing any area of discomfort wrapped. The angel wings of Archangel Raphael and his healing teams. Breathing in health and well-being, breathing out health and well-being. I am healthy and well. I am healthy and well. I am healthy and well. Ino sono koina sia ia kiuno koakia. Imo so ia kiuno. Imo so ia kia. And lastly now, the last template comes online. I am love. I am love. I am loved. I am the beloved. Love is all there is. I breathe in love. I breathe out love. I am love. Imo soa ia kiuno koakino soa ia. Imo soa ia. Inkaino koa. Just having a sense of all these beautiful beings and soul and star family hugging you, loving you, coming together in love, in unity, in community, in bliss, and feeling and sensing now the Kundalini energy activating within the body, feeling guided possibly to move the lower body backwards and forwards and from side, to shake the shoulders, to shake the body, to move it gently initially now. And breathing in love and holding the breath for a minute and releasing all that is ready to be released at this time, to take you deep into the soul's blossoming magnificence and light and reunion of hearts on both the inner and outer planes. As you energetically or physically place your hands upon your loving heart, as you say to yourself, I am love, surrounded in Archangel Chamuel, this pink flame of love, and now all the archangels, Raphael, Zekiel, Jophiel, Chamuel, Michael, Uriel, Gabriel, hearing in unison this voice, one love. I am love, we are love, all is love. Ino soaina kiuno koakia kiuno. Imo soaia. Having a sense now of these templates igniting and activating fully. Within the unity grid, along with the geometries, sound and color are now scent frequencies through the flowers, through the crystals, through the essential oils. Feeling and knowing all is love, that you are love, we are love. I am love. Thanking all these illumined beings for joining us now in this sacred space, knowing that we are able to utilize these templates as we walk this path of love as the way showers and light workers. We come only from the heart of love. In this last breath now, as we come gently back, being fully present in the body, we suck in through the mouth as though sucking in through a straw and blowing out. Grounded and centered and firmly in your body, feeling and sensing the connection to the energy of Mother Earth, to the diamond light frequencies and clusters and into the crystal clusters, taking on these full templatings now and blueprints of success. Feeling the soles of the feet ignite into the energy of the earth, and Mother Earth sending you her love. Back up your grounding cord into your body and energy field. Feeling this connection to all the illumined beings as the golden sun within your heart ignites. Connecting into the inner earth sun, to the sun through the lunar eclipse energies, to the central sun, the great central sun, into the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God. Feeling and sensing all is one, all is love. And in your own time now, opening your eyes, being fully present, knowing how you are celebrated, appreciated, and deeply loved. Just taking a moment once more, say to yourself, I love you, giving your full name now. I love you. 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 Inosono koakia. Imosoaia. Love you, Todd.
I love you. I was getting tones so loud in my ears I couldn't even hear you. It was an incredible activation. Thank you. Wow.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, I always try to keep it quite simple, because this is an important thing of just activating these templates. So we will move very deep into each template and the clearing and the activation of it and the core groups that come forward and the star beings and the angelic beings and the crystal frequencies. But for right now, it was just really just trying to give a sense of these templates and how we're coming together at this time. So, but it still is quite a deep energy frequency being experienced. I'm still feeling certainly quite cosmic myself, and just grounding it and bringing it into the body. So, very useful also just shaking your body and giving your body a good kind of shake when you've kind of done some deep work, just moving everything, just allowing it to ground and center. Or if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, you can, put your head forward and check out what may have been released, because a lot of releasing was going on at the same time as we're bringing in, as higher dimensional light templatings. Of course, it has to still bring out what needs to, kind of still be experienced and rebalanced within our own bodies.
Yeah. That was very, very powerful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Very, very impactful.
Yes, lovely. And really just feeling these energies, I've been experiencing really from about, I'd say Wednesday night my time, because that was really, kind of that day out of time. And then that celebration of people coming together really into, we had the Mayan calendar, and that kind of shifted that whole energy focus from that intensity of clearing into just kind of like a deeper sense of stillness and presence, and then excitement. It's like an excitement building up to this, and feeling it even maybe not physically, but energetically, of the sense of, something is coming, something is happening. And, let me just move into that. So that's really what we're just doing right now, is we just in complete surrender and trust. And more of us now are just stepping into those world positions. We kind of really, and it's just the blueprinting that's coming online for us to kind of just step fully into that greater sense of our creative gifts and what we're sharing as these master beings, as the way showers. All our knowledge, all our wisdom that we've collected over all those years, it's now being shared and expressed in new ways too.
Yeah. That's a great description. That's a great description, what we just went through. I really appreciate you coming on and honoring us with your presence again.
Yeah, thank you too, Todd. We didn't get to hear so much about you, so we can just end with a couple of minutes of how you're doing and how you have been.
Well, I've talked about it for the last 2 or 3 days. I talked to you about it before the show a little bit, but I think what you just described at the end, I think, is a synopsis. I think that Tuesday prior to the day, the day that time stopped, or whatever you call it, I think was a very intense time, a clearing, surrender, trust. And like I said before the show and I did that pretty much online. I was told, get up and put your heart out there. And I had hit the wall, and I shared it with our community, and it was fascinating. And it's taken my body and mind, or my body and brain, a couple days to catch up. But I feel very good about everything on a personal level, and collectively, I see some really powerful stuff happening, like right now, because I get these tones and they start coming in. I feel it's much more than that.
Yeah. Yes, downloads. I mean, I get that all the time, just a high pitch frequency, and then the downloads actually shift frequency. Yes, yes.
And I'm hearing them more and more and more. And over the last week to 10 days, I've heard some that I've never heard before, and they almost I would call it a universal tone of alignment. And I've also had experiences as I've been walking the streets, and these are the streets I walked 7 years ago, where I've actually seen the false matrix, the grid of the false matrix as I'm walking. So that's new. But I think these things are happening for people all over the world, and we just continue to share them here. And I think that in those stories, in those intentions of heart, highest intentions, unconditional love expressions, this is how we activate people. And obviously through these deep connections and communions, as you just took us through, because that was extremely powerful. I'm good at reading energy with the audience, and I pick up on it, and it was very, very captivating, and I believe it's going to be very uplifting as a result of it. So.
That's a very nice one, yes. And talking about all that clearing, of course, there are particular pockets of energy that we move into, not only for our own clearing, but actually in the collective clearing, and then places where we need to go. I know in the last month, which has been interesting for me, has also been, ancestral. Clearing that line to its ancestral, and then kind of thinking about parents and grandparents and great grandparents that you hardly even know, if you know them, and kind of like what you're clearing for them, because it's quite an interesting one. And then also going into the inner child and then the childhood stuff. So it's such a huge clearing, because really, if we look at it, it's it's a family lineage that we're clearing, it's the ancestral lineage, and it's the past life clearing. That essentially is the type of clearing that we are collectively doing to know ourselves as love and to hold ourselves as the flames of love. So once we've cleared those particular timelines, then of course, it's just an acceleration of our service work and our own blossoming that extends outwards into different levels. So it's quite interesting to see that even though we ourselves may be quite clear, what we're still clearing is really just these timelines. Yeah. And at the same time, we're drawing to us our future selves. So we're seeing I guess that the vision would be the right word, for a long time of where we would like to go and what we would like to do. And so the thing is that now is in this moment, what's happened is that future merging, if you'd like to call it, has come through this time, through the collective I am avatar consciousness of light, to merge and bring online all these templates of success for every single one of us. But essentially, it's the resurrection codes, isn't it? It's the merging and integration of our soul light, our beloved I am presence. And that is really what is being collectively experienced as part of the new beginnings, as part of the change, as shifting and releasing at the cellular level all that we no longer need to experience.
Yeah, which I think is entering the physicality. As the things I saw in the false matrix, I actually saw the grid of it vertically, horizontally, but also by the same token, the introduction of into the physicality of the things such as the soul sense. So I think, like you were saying earlier, you move this out and you move this in. So I'm excited about the integration of what I call the physical and the non-physical, and I see a lot of evidence of it in the work that I do. So I would
love a higher vibration, isn't it? And just being held at that higher vibration. Yes.
Yeah. And that's why I said I'd love to help you put your soul sense out there, and then of course collaborate and support any platform that you put together that is bringing in more and more frequencies of the Lightworker community, because I think that's a great idea. That's what we're working towards too. So
that's exactly it. You know, I'm so excited too. So I'll put that message out there once more. Between beautiful Todd and all his incredible work, of course, he really is the worker and networker for so many of us, but bringing us all together in just a platform between 6 or 9 of us, I just see that, you know, and if we can do that regularly, you know, and just kind of a teaching platform rather than just, I mean, it's absolutely wonderful that we can have this. You see, what we're doing now is we're just talking, but we're really just essentially still connecting with our networks, you know, as we're all in this space of being quite cosmic and quite conscious. So we want to take that and spread it out even further. That's the next step for all of us to do that collectively. So that's a very exciting, I think, a very exciting point, you know, in time that we are now, to be able to actually just extend our service work into many different arenas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a universal soul soup. Well, what did somebody say? Somebody said 5D University or something like that. Well,
yes, that's right. Right.
Well, I'm really honored and thankful that you came again, and I know everybody else is too. So on behalf of everybody, I just want to say thank you. Endless gratitude, love, respect, reverence, and we'll support you any way that we can. So don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you, and don't hesitate to support Todd. You know, I know that